Think about what we've talked about this morning. We've talked a lot about the business, but we've talked about the business in a way that is different than probably, would you identify this as a business meeting? Sure. But haven't we talked about the concepts of the business in such a different way? We've talked about building up the capacity and the ability of people so that they can succeed on their own. There's something powerful in that. And here to talk more about that is our CEO, Bilal Ruknuddeen.
Hey, Kevin, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for being on the call today, or the virtual online meeting today. It's been exciting. I hope everyone's learning quite a bit. And we are, I know that could have been seen as a heavy session, but the details matter. And what I'm gonna try and do in this is to bring that tactical knowledge, as we've talked about, into experiential knowledge and to allow our building of our capacity, because in essence, this human potential network that we're talking about is about reaching our potential. It's about achieving our aspirations. And in essence, is about doing well for ourselves while being of value to others. And this is why I think it's important for us to say it's to do good and to do well, to be well and to do good. And so we've titled this Doing Well While Doing Good. Kevin, as you said earlier in this day, this session requires you to open your mind, but this also requires you to have an open heart and a willing heart and a receptive heart. And this session is going to be the practical application of following your heart while using your mind, doing well while doing good. Many of you have already achieved this lifestyle and lived this lifestyle. And I'm fortunate to be in a company that is in this community that I am able to constantly learn from your experiences and from the stories that you share. So let's get this going. I would like to start with a quote from Jane Goodall. She says, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you make." Every action that we take has a consequence. Like we've learned from our earlier sessions yesterday, like for the example of our eating habits, everything that we eat can be of benefit, harm, or neutral. In that same light, our actions can be of benefit or of harm, or just like what we eat, we also impact what we intend and what our intentions are. There is an intention behind every action that we take, and that intention makes all the difference. So as a first step, as kind of a cleansing mechanism, I would like everyone to recommit their own personal intentions for this session. Everyone, I believe, has a session of doing well for themselves and also has an intention of being of value, of adding a positive impact to others. So do good to others. So let's take a deep breath. Let's recenter ourselves and look at that intention of how of recertifying our intentions. Some people like to write it down. I was reading in the chats where we were talking about it. Writing goals down is very important. So this sometimes is a good exercise. If you're taking notes, this is a good thing to maybe write down is what your intentions are. And for this session, let's keep the framework. My intentions are to do well myself, but I also want to be of value and service to others. And I want to do good in this world. And that's where we start for. This topic has many layers and many perspectives, and we can apply it in infinite ways. However, today's context is about New Earth as an organization and as a platform. Today, we'll be focusing on doing well while doing good from the perspective of being a partner with New Earth. As associates, as customers, product users, and advocates, each and every one of you has a stake in this collective creation of the culture that we call New Earth. As Kevin has said many times, you individually are the finest expression of our brand. Your specific experience, your specific individuality, your specific perspective intertwined with the New Earth platform is what defines who we are and what we stand for. And as you choose to decide your level of engagement with us, it is imperative to build trust between each other. So in essence, I wanted to create a platform or a few key words of what do we stand for? We are an entrepreneurship platform with a big, audacious goal of feeding every body and soul on the planet with Earth's first foods. Why do we want to do that? Because we want to focus on the nourishment of each and every cell that's in existence and alive today. And I believe that Earth's first foods, the ancient wisdom of ancient nutrition, has that capability of doing that. But we also want everyone to be well. And our wellness entrepreneurship platform also builds an opportunity to help with this financial wellness that we have, to make a difference in people's lives, to leave a legacy, and to be of value. If we were to jot a few words down, these are the words that come to my mind first. And this is the intention of the direction that I have the privilege and responsibility to help guide. We are an ancient whole food nutrition company. We believe in wellness entrepreneurship. We focus on having a positive impact in the lives of people and animals and environment. We believe in excellence. We believe in service, and we believe in leaving a legacy that will live beyond ourselves and that is going to be held to account for the benefit of others. So what does this mean for you? Once you have a basic understanding of what New Earth is and who New Earth is and who the community of New Earth is, which is in essence each and every one of us, the next big question in building our trust and building this medium of exchange that we call trust in this partnership is, what does this mean for you? How do you internalize this New Earth platform, which includes a mosaic of experiences and values from all the people that are involved in it, all the pioneers who started this and who brought this to fruition, many of them who are still with us and are joining us right now. I've heard from many of them in the chat today itself. They have left a mark in the culture and the fabric of New Earth, and they have taken a step to achieve meaningful benefits and positive impact in our world. Our whole food products are beneficial for our own wellnesses. That is manufactured with the highest integrity. We have already went through that yesterday. I hope you had the same conviction that I was able to come out with, even though I deal with this on a daily basis. But yesterday's presentations, starting with the Gut Summit and then focusing on Energy for Life, being able to virtually see and the ecosystem that we're in and go through the production process, hear from the members of our quality team, hear from other experts, whether they're medical professionals or others or psychologists, hearing the power of this product and how it's has the integrity to really change your life. We also, as you know, we have a lot of third-party certifications, but more importantly, what I feel is the most powerful is that you can be rest assured that not only do I and my family take this product, and this is what got us engaged and what got us intertwined with this opportunity that we have, many of our team members that work on the production line also take the products, and their family takes the product. When we have people that are actually in the production facility that are consuming the products themselves, you can trust that they are worried about the efficiency, they're worried about the quality, they're worried about the integrity of the products. So whole food products are beneficial. And I believe that after that experience that we went through yesterday in the first two sessions, that belief is more solidified than it was prior to that. The biggest litmus test is your own personal experience with the products and your realization that these products add to your own personal doing well. We've talked about all the testimonials we have been hearing. Every single one of them that we've heard from yesterday and today, whether it's Barb Swanson or Charlotte Carrera or Lisa Pedressa, who we just heard from or read her text, everyone talks about how these products have made a difference in their personal life, and the ability that they have. These products have an ability to make a difference in your life. High quality products manufactured with high integrity and transparency is evident with the excellence that we are surrounded with and the consistency and the discipline that we have. Our entrepreneurship platform allows opportunities for learning and potential financial wellness, personal and professional growth. We're speaking about being a source of good in this world, a force for good, a force for change. If you choose to engage with that, that's an important element. The choice And the first step comes with you taking that intention that I want to utilize this platform for the holistic approach that we're talking about. Yes, I utilize these products for my own feeling well and doing well, but it's also potentially using this New Earth platform for creating wellness all around me. Being a partner with New Earth to be on this journey of doing well. This entrepreneurship platform allows for learning. We're a meritocracy. You know, the idea that everybody, our return of investment is directly proportional to the effort that we make. It doesn't matter when you came, whether you were involved in the very beginning or whether you're involved right now and today. The idea is the fact that everybody has a level playing field if you choose to engage in it. And that's, I think that we learned that from Kevin's presentation earlier this morning, where we have that potential specifically within our platform, specifically within our plan. Everybody has that path and that pathway to being an elite manager. And elite manager is just a title. It's just, those are words that specify a specific keystone rank that shows that you're in this path of doing well, and while you're doing well, while you're doing good. We are sustainable, not only from a sustainability perspective, from our environment and planet. We heard about that yesterday with Jerry and Doug and Josh. But we also, our systems and our processes and our behaviors that we've built, all of that has been built with sustainability in mind. Because as you've heard me say many times, legacy is an important element of what we want to do and who we want to be. We want to create a positive impact that leaves a legacy for generations. And part of that is we have to be around for generations. So we are focused on sustainability for future generations. And the most, talking about creating a legacy, this is kind of my personal, a big audacious goal that I look at every morning is, how am I continuing to do my part in New Earth to create a legacy-based organization for myself and my family, but also to create a platform that can create legacies for those that choose to engage with us, that choose to trust us and build with us, creating an impact that is beyond what we can fathom. In the grand scheme of things, we aspire to continuously progress with discipline and consistency. Those are the two key words that if you can figure out anything about, if you want to leave a legacy, it requires discipline and it requires consistency. Sometimes you're doing a lot of things, and if you do a lot just for a short period of time, that will not leave a legacy for the long term. The idea is that small actions, but consistent actions is what makes the difference. And having that discipline to do that is great. New Earth aims to have a positive effect in every touch point that we have. As an associate is our business partner, is a friend. We offer opportunities for financial income, marketing great products. We've talked about those products. We've talked about the ability of why we have faith in what we do. Again, we're not promising quick and easy results, but we offer an opportunity to build an income. For many, this is just a few $100s that make the difference. For others, it can be more. We seek to meet their needs for bettering their lives, of being for themselves to do well. A customer is better off by virtue of taking the product in their daily life. A prospect is better off by virtue of discussing taking their health and nutrition into their own hands and going on this journey to educate themselves on whole food nutrition and all about ancient Earth's first foods. Our communities improve when we exemplify an outward focus of doing good to others, not only in anticipation of a good return, but to simply to be a practitioner of wellness, to be a source of good, to be a light in this darkness that we sometimes are surrounded by. So what does this all lead to? If I had to pick a word, I would say, in essence, the word that I would choose is we are able to thrive. This pursuit of thriving requires discipline and consistency. It amounts to incremental progress over time, knowing that sometimes we have to take a step backward to lead forward. To be easy on yourself. Be easy on yourself. This process is not going to change over time. It's not going to change overnight. It's going to take time. And sometimes you take a step back and move two steps forward, or take a giant leap forward. To thrive means to experience physical and material success. It's hard to thrive if you're starving or unhealthy. But while the basics can be taken care of, it also means that being a certain type of individual or a certain type of organization, a person that embodies ideals about what kind of person they want to be and what kind of organizations they want to ally with, and what our aspirations are. And for most of us, that means that we want to be a person of influence and a person of doing good with positive impact. But we are sharing our responsibility and adding value to this world. So doing well allows us to thrive internally, which leads us to doing good. Let's take a step back. I want each and every one of you to understand kind of the philosophy of where we've built and everything, and where we have focused on all these things, and where it came from. I'm a big avid reader and a big reader in a lot of the great minds and philosophies that have come on the entrepreneurial model. Specifically, Stephen Covey is one of my favorite authors. And I wanted to understand why doing well while doing good is important. For this, I will focus on Stephen Covey's 4 basic human needs. He identified these 4 basic human needs as to live, to love, to learn, and to leave a legacy. And if one can satisfy all these needs, then they potentially have the ability to pursue happiness and fulfillment. I know for many, this is very familiar, so bear with me as we build on this from the perspective of achieving our potential with New Earth. To live, you can say this is kind of the physical dimension. This is the world of action, the world of survival, the world of the nutrition, the world of physical presence. These are basic survival needs: to eat, to be hydrated, to be sheltered, to have a sense of safety and security. It's easy to access this dimension through activities like eating and drinking and exercising and movement. We at New Earth focus on whole food-based nutrition to nourish ourselves on a cellular level. Eating isn't just enough, as we have heard many times. We are what we eat. And if we want to be doing well, we also have to eat well and nourish ourselves well. And so part of the first step of doing well is to consume goodness, to consume healthy stuff. We encourage healthy lifestyle habits such as good hydration, regular movement, being in a good community, having interconnection. This area also encompasses financial security, to have opportunities to be able to put a roof over our heads and to have a safe place to call home, to have security in our lives. If you take that a step further and go into the next D, which is to love, you can say this is the emotional dimension. This is where the world of belonging, caring, connecting, and loving comes. As human beings, we're beings of social interaction. It takes more work to properly access this dimension, but because it involves other people. It's not just us, it's also others. There's a give and take. There's an interaction that has to happen. The pleasure is much more deeper and more meaningful than just the physical pleasures we might get from living, like eating or drinking. This involves community. This is our families, our friends, people we interact with at work, or others in different parts. But this is also our environment. These are our animals and our plants and our parks and our stores, wherever we spend our time. For many, our families are not only the blood relation, but also other members that are part of our family, just like New Earth has a family. Like we have animal family members in our family. We have close friends that are closer than sometimes blood relations can be. We at New Earth believe that we're part of a community of wellness entrepreneurs that is basically rooted in love. We love our community, we love our planet, and most importantly, we also love ourselves. And that is a facet of doing well. And in this dimension, we start to experience the transition between doing well and doing good, where we're doing well for ourselves, but we're also doing good. We're being a source, a beacon of hope for others. To learn, you can say this is kind of the mental dimension. This is the area of learning, to understand, to create, to constantly grow. These activities require more discipline, more time, more effort, than the physical or emotional activities. These are activities that are rooted in self-actualization, and they help us keep our emotional and physical activities balanced. This is what allows us that we learn things, that there is a difference between good food and good nutrition and not so good food and not so good nutrition. The interesting thing about this dimension, it also requires interaction and engagement, not only with others, but also with the environment that we live in. All of us have to be receptive to learning, so that we can be in a position, once the knowledge comes to us, that we're receptive to it, that we can focus on. Our experiences, our teachers, our environment, all these are different modes of learning. This dimension adds of doing well for ourselves, but it's also that interaction of doing good for others. To leave a legacy. This is kind of the spiritual dimension. This is what I term the spiritual dimension. It goes beyond the self-actualization to self-transcendence, of higher purpose, of meaning, of leaving a legacy. Legacy is something that is directly correlated with the impact of adding value to others, to the environment, to not only to people, but to places, to animals, to the planet, to the environment, to the education realm, to the philosophy of this world. It is the realm of belief and dedication of a higher power, that there is something more than just ourselves. There's something bigger than just ourselves. It's the dimension of doing things that have value and that add positive impact. This is usually what drives many of us. If we have a strong foundation of doing well for ourselves, or being well and being healthy, then this is the step where we transcend that to actually do good for others. This is where we add value and create a positive impact on life. Now, if you kind of take this platform that we talked about, and I apologize, it's a little kind of heavy with philosophy to a certain this, you can kind of see where New Earth is built on these philosophies and these behaviors. Kevin and Ann talked about the 5 golden behaviors that we talked about, in terms of that built in our opportunity. That's intrinsic in everything that we do. Just like that, we've built our pillars of live, give, and grow based on these philosophies. I hope you can start seeing the intention in our design and how we exemplify doing well, being well, while also doing good and adding value to others. Our pillars, in essence, are built on these 4 basic human needs. We focused on these based on our products and our community and our entrepreneurship model, our ability to engage in personal and professional growth, with all the primary purpose of doing well for ourselves while doing good to others. These 2 are mutually related and not mutually exclusive. By focusing on what we have and what's important for ourselves, we have the ability to satisfy our human needs to achieve a purposeful life in the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of a legacy. Again, I will plug, this is to go back. Always be a person of service with whatever works for you. There's a tremendous amount of need in this world right now. So spend your efforts in meaningful ways for you, and add value into everything that you can do. Work with your local community and start building your legacy. We at New Earth are your partners in this journey together. So what does this kind of mean? How can we bring this all back down? We've talked about the basic human needs and how we built this philosophy. If you can summarize this, doing well can be summarized as an internal, inward approach. For us to be effective in anything, we have to have some focus on ourselves. A lot of words nowadays, they use words like self-care, and I'm totally a big believer in that. You have to have a yourself has to be well, so that you can affect positive change. Do the actions with intention that bring internal wellness, for your physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Doing good can be summed as an external consequence of taking action for transcending beyond yourselves. Here is the balancing act. In life, we all go through periods of intensity where we have to give it our all, and we have to focus on specific things because life circumstances have brought us to that. But that level isn't healthy if that's what we're maintaining all the time. If we focus on others 100% of the time without focusing on eating well and staying hydrated and being rested and focusing on our exercise and focusing on meditation or some time away for yourself, then it will lead to burnout. On the other hand, if all you're doing is focusing on yourself, you're not adding value, you're not adding purpose to your life. So there is a balance in doing well while doing good. We nourish ourselves with whole food nutrition, which leads to a healthy lifestyle and allows us to be an exemplar of healthy lifestyle. People, as we've mentioned today, people will do what they see you do. They will follow your actions, not your words. You focus on your physical well-being. Use the entrepreneurship model for your financial well-being, whether it's with New Earth or any other platform that you're working with. Use the opportunity to constantly learn, to be of benefit for yourself and also to others, to allow you to empower others with giving them an opportunity. I hope you can see where this is going. You can connect with your community and you're an agent for positive change and you're adding value to anything. Once you have purpose and you learn something new every day, you allow that legacy of continuously doing well and doing good to be a part of who you are and to leave this world a better place than we found it. I hope this helps you build trust in the collective platform that we have at New Earth. And you have a key role in being part of it if you choose to, that we have a holistic approach of looking at this world. It's not only about ourselves, but it is also about the ability to do well for others and leave a legacy. Take the details that we learned about the behaviors that are engaged in our entrepreneurial platform. Take the education that we know you learned from what our products stand for and the science behind the product. Take your own personal experiences of doing well for yourselves and apply that into an intentional action to do good onto others and add value into others and to leave a positive impact in this world. Together, not only are our products based on whole food nutrition, but as our platform, we're holistic in doing well, to being well while doing good and being a force of good. So while we're in this process together and in this journey together, I am grateful that you have taken the time and the energy and the effort to focus on your own well-being and to allow us to be a platform to focus on the well-beings of others while also being a force of good, a force of positive change in this world that is so badly needed. I am grateful to each and every one of you. I'm grateful to my home team that's built on excellence, that's here to build this platform because we focus on our drive, our collective drive to have a positive impact in this world. And in the end, we all look forward to leaving a legacy that lives beyond ourselves, that is this force of positive good beyond ourselves. And I am grateful that you're on this journey with New Earth. And we have this ability to reach our potential, our human potential network, to reach our aspirations together. And we're very excited and honored that you're on this journey with us.